I wish I could take every person who doesn't know the so-called Catholic system, the separate system, at least in Ontario, and frankly in most of Canada, to show them what it was really like. There are some wonderful Catholic teachers left. There are some Catholic principals left. But I've got to tell you, they may be good teachers, they may be good people, but the vast majority, I don't care what you say to me after this, but the vast majority are not good Catholics. Simple courage. If you don't want to be Catholic, that's entirely up to you. Have the guts, have the bottle, as we say in my home country, to get out of the Catholic system and teach in the public system. Because the vast majority of Catholic teachers are not Catholic. They may be of Italian, Portuguese, Irish, Polish background, but they're not Catholic. So they contracept, they may abort, they live together, they may be gay, they never go to church. Again, you're right in Canada. Thank God you have that freedom. But don't pretend and don't lie to others. Which leads us on to this story. Believe it or not, Barack Obama just heard his Attorney General's married to a woman who owns an abortuary, a man who has virtually declared war in the Catholic Church, who will force same-sex marriage and abortion on various Catholic institutions. A group of kids from a Catholic school, 2 Catholic schools, were supposed to go down to the US to campaign for Barack Obama. Let's hear the rest of the story from Jack Fonseca from LifeSite. Now, we should give a big plug here to LifeSite and Campaign Life. I mean, they're the same sort of
Well, actually, they're separate organizations now. Campaign Life started LifeSite News. They're a pro-life, pro-family news service. Right. And they've expanded greatly since CLC started.
Entered on its own.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to LifeSite because they broke this story, I think, and then they were on the front page of, was it the Ottawa Citizen?
Yep.
And the story is that 2 Catholic schools in, I think it was Ottawa, or a suburb of Ottawa, were sending a number of Catholic students down to Ohio, a key state, to effectively campaign for Barack Obama. Is that right?
That's right. There's a civics teacher in the school board. The civics course that he teaches is like a political course.
Yeah.
And he organized a trip to send 52 students from 2 different high schools down to Ohio, which is the key swing state.
Yep.
You know, everyone's saying that whoever wins Ohio wins the presidency.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So he's got these kids to go down there and basically serve as foreign lobbyists to go in and influence the U.S. election and help get out the vote for Barack Obama.
And for how long were they going to go?
I don't know. I don't know.
It must be a fair time because the trip wasn't... Who was paying for it?
I asked that question. I actually phoned the Ottawa Catholic School Board, and they said they didn't know.
No, they didn't
The person
know.
I spoke to didn't have the details.
So the school board didn't know who was paying for this trip?
At least the person I spoke to.
They're taking time off of school.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen because suddenly they said, you know what, this is partisan. It's one thing to maybe take the kids down and observe the process, but to campaign for one side, that's not true. They're not doing it because you lifted the rock and shone some light on what was going on underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a scandal. I believe personally, it's a massive scandal because this Catholic teacher, this supposedly Catholic teacher in a supposedly Catholic school, is sending kids down to campaign for and help re-elect the most pro-abortion, radical extremist president the United States has ever seen. This guy, and it's important to stress what President Obama supports and what these students are supposed to be going campaigning for. For this man anyway. President Obama supports partial birth abortion. He spoke out against the partial birth abortion ban that was enacted in 2003 federally in the United States.
Explain what that is, because there are many people who call themselves pro-choice who still believe that partial birth abortion is wrong.
Partial birth abortion is used in late-term pregnancies. So, for example, 6, 7, 8 months, possibly right up to the moment of birth. And that's where the baby's too large to dismember and decapitate the way they normally do through when the baby's smaller. So they have to do it in a much more complex, more dangerous way. The abortionist goes in with some forceps, grabs the baby's feet, pulls him out of the birth canal so that he's delivered the entire body with the exception of the head. The head's too big to come out. So then he exposes the base of the head and jams scissors into it. And then into the skull, and then he opens up the scissors to expand the hole. And that expanded hole then allows him to put in a suction tube, suck out the child's brains, and then the skull collapses, enabling him to give full delivery to the dead baby. So Barack Obama supports that.
Whatever foreign policy, economic policy, all of these things are open for debate. If nothing else, a man who aggressively supports such a policy for kids who call themselves Roman Catholic, and abortion is one of the, if not the key social and moral issue amongst Catholics, it is a crime that this man, and we must research this teacher and find out who he really is, that he would be sending these kids down to campaign for such an individual. It's a crime.
Oh, it is. It certainly breaks a code of conduct in my mind, of professional code of conduct for teachers. You know, without researching what the code of conduct says, I'm certain that it's not appropriate for a teacher, especially a teacher in a Catholic school, to have students act as political lobbyists to campaign for one political party.
For any party, really. But in such a case, as you say, for the first time, this didn't even happen under Clinton. It didn't happen under Carter or Kennedy or Truman or Roosevelt. But you have a Democrat president who has said, we mentioned it as an interview on this show, 40 Catholic institutions, including very liberal ones, are suing him because he's saying to Catholic institutions, the Catholic Church, you have to be non-Catholic.
He has declared war against the Catholic Church. And they've been driven to sue him. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about religious freedom, conscience rights, freedom of religion, none of that. He is out to get the church. And if I can say one more thing to show just how extreme this pro-death president is, Barack Obama, and how outrageous it is that any Catholic school teacher would be supporting this guy. Not only, we talked about partial birth abortion, but he also supports infanticide. President Obama, when he was an Illinois state senator, voted in favor of infanticide.
So if an abortion fails and the baby is born, there have been cases where nurses, their hearts are broken, they've tried to rescue the baby. He has said, no, the baby must be left to die.
That's right. The abortionist must be allowed to kill the baby who has been born alive.
We must discuss the future, if it has one, of the so-called Catholic education system on another occasion. Thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.